Hi, Bill Greenberg with PhoneScholar.com. Today is Wednesday, April, couldn't get the right month, April 6th, 2011. Here's a brief summary of what we got going on the website today, but please check out the entire articles at www.phonescholar.com. You can follow me at Twitter at PhoneScholar or on Facebook at PhoneScholar. And I'm, again, trying to make some deals with some people, so the more people you can get that see this, can tell your friends about it, and get them over to Facebook and Twitter, that helps me out. I do appreciate that. But here we go. Android 2.3 upgrade list. Is your phone getting gingerbread? Ooh. J.R. Raphael, who has become one of my favorite writers with Computer World, put out an article, and last year he put out a Froyo upgrade list. This is the gingerbread upgrade list, which is really great because everybody's interested in it. And basically, he updated it yesterday, April 5th, and there's the categories are received or receiving, which the Nexus 1 and the Nexus S both have either received it or on the verge of receiving it. The expected ones, I'm not going to go through the entire list. Some of the keys ones: the LG Optimus 2X, the Droid Incredible, Evo 4G, the Thunderbolt, the Atrix 4G, Droid X, Droid 2, the Galaxy S, and even the Xperia 10. Sony. Now, originally there was a story in there that they weren't even going to get the 2.1 upgrade. Looks like Sony has reevaluated their position. They're going to give some of their phones supposedly the 2.3, but it may not be all the stock phones. So check out the article. It explains it quite a bit more. Plus, I did put a link to the actual company blog from Sony explaining it. So if you have an Xperia X10, go ahead and check that out. Then, of course, there's an area where they're iffy, and then where there's not going to be at all. Now, I also did put the link in there to the original 2.2 upgrade list, which was upgraded on April 4th. So if you're looking to see if you're going to be even getting Froyo, if you haven't gotten that yet, go ahead and check that out. Great articles. Thanks, JR. Next, how Ballmer's window dependency has helped kill Microsoft's chance of tablet success. And this is starting to get serious. Yesterday I put out an article about how his employees rated him at only a 40% satisfaction rate when Steve Jobs is getting 95%. And I put a link to that article in this article too, just in case you didn't get to see it yesterday. Or you can go on my website and see it. But Forbes put out a story about this. And basically, one of the things they talked about, basically they're saying the current problems are from Ballmer's blind spots. And there was a story from 2009 that the head of development for devices and entertainment, a guy named Richard Bach, went to Ballmer in 2009 with a project they called Courier, which was a tablet that had Windows-like features, but not necessarily Windows-based. And he asked for, and supposedly it was a huge breakthrough, and people at Microsoft themselves thought it was wonderful, and all the people that worked on it, developers. And he went to Ballmer to get extra funding for it, and Ballmer basically said, nope, it's not worth it, we don't need it, it's not going to do anything for it, we're going to take that technology you've been working on and put it into Windows 8 and Windows 9. And basically scrap the entire project. And months later, Bach actually retired because, based on what the article is saying, it appeared he doesn't want to put up with the corporate Microsoft way of working. And so Ballmer, and unfortunately, and you know, again, here the guy's a billionaire, so I don't know if he's crying too much for it, but they are saying that a Windows tablet at this point is almost futile because it's not going to come out until late this year or early next year when everything else is already going to be out. They're saying that the Windows format doesn't necessarily work with it. It requires too much overhead, too much hardware. With the infrequent updates, it's going to slow down the process of it. And they're saying that this could be, once again, the demise to Ballmer's term at Microsoft. As things happen here, don't be surprised if you see Mr. Gates kind of step back in and take over the reins for a little while until he get going. That seems to be a trend of these companies that are flying high, doing great. The main guy steps out, new guy steps in, they start going down, the main guy comes back in. So we'll see what happens. Next, Samsung Galaxy Prevail launches on Boost Mobile for $179, and looks like a really great, nice little Android phone. And of course, you can get the Boost $50 unlimited mobile with the shrinkage, and what that means is every 6 months that you pay on time, you lose $5 off the monthly fee, which will eventually the minimum will go down to $35 a month, so you can get unlimited data and everything for $35 a month. Not a bad deal. The Galaxy Prevail is going to be an Android 2.2, 3.2 inch screen, 2 megapixel camera, rear only, 2 GB card built in, and the following things are going to be preloaded onto it. The following apps are going to be preloaded onto it: Scavenger Point, TriDroid, Facebook, Hooked, Think Free Office, and YouTube. And I did put links to all of these so you can look them up and see if you want. And I also put a link to the Boost mobile site. So looks like a pretty nice phone. Go ahead and check it out. Lastly, Nexus S 4G coming to Best Buy and Sprint. Now, according to the article, they said it was coming today. But if you go, you go to the Best Buy site, and I put a link to that, it still says coming. So I don't know what's happening to that, but it's going to be $200 with a 2-year contract, $700 with no contract. Again, it's a pure Android, no skin. I talked about this. There's no preloaded apps or anything from Sprint on there. 2.3 Gingerbread, 4-inch Super AMOLED display, single core gigahertz processor, not the dual core. 16 gigabyte internal, 5 megapixel rear camera, VGA front camera, and it is a hotspot, 3G, 4G hotspot for up to 6 devices. So again, it looks like a good phone, right in line with all the other ones. Hopefully it'll be here soon, so you can check it out. Best Buy is taking pre-orders right now. All I got for today. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.